Now, what I really am looking forward to is the B&R ST71 Turbo. I'm very excited for that. So if you guys are too, please hit that subscribe button. That brings the total car to, if you're new, please like, subscribe, share this content. Helps me out, helps you out. Thanks. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day, night, morning, whatever you're doing, watching this video, whatever time it is. But we're gonna be doing the mod list of the Focus and the part rundown and the price. Now, everything on this list I have doesn't mean I paid full price for. I could have got it on sale, but I'm just doing as prices as I've seen today, right now. And the front badges, they're black, and I have the silver Ford logo and the outline instead of that blue OEM Ford look. It did not look good with the red car. Black blends in a lot better, looks a lot cleaner. That was 20 bucks. We have the reflective inlay, so when you take a picture or lights hit that logo, the ST logo, it'll reflect. Pretty cool. That was $7. Maxon Design front splitter, 270 bucks. They're very hard to come by right now. They're like all out of stock, and you have to place in pre-orders and all that. So I think they look the best, personally. Okay. Whatever. But the engine, so going on to the engine bay, we have the Velocitec Ram Air Scoop, which is 170 bucks. I have it black with the red scoop part to make it stand out a little bit behind the grill. We have the Cobb air intake, which was $60. The Boomba Racing manifold spacer was gifted. That was that's $195 right now. We have the MSD coil packs, also gifted. Those are 260 bucks right now. The Iridium spark plugs, I think they're NGK. Those are $40. I have them gapped to 0.026. More like when it's tuned, it's supposed to be short or closer. It should have probably put it at 0.025, but it's fine. It's close enough. The stock gapping is 0.027 to 0.031. That's if it's not tuned. We have the Cobb shift plate, which was 100 bucks. And it has 20, 30, 40% reduction. Mine is on 40. And I also have the Cobb bushings to go along with it, which is 50 bucks. And put those two together, they are phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. The shifting is super stiff, it's notchy, it fits in, like you could throw it in and it just like clunks in there basically. That's how it feels. It feels amazing in your hand.
That's what she said!
And then the Steeda Imposer Delete, $30. That's just to get rid of that fake engine noise that's getting brought into the cabin or into the inside of the car. I was not a fan. And also I have the JLT oil catch can. Apparently there's supposed to be like, you should put 2 catch cans on this. I just have the one, but that was I think around 150 bucks. So then I have the side markers, the turn signals, which are sequential. Really cool add-on, especially since they're blacked out, darkened, really sleek, nice looking. And they were only 25 bucks. I think they're on sale right now for like $10. And watch my video how to install them because they do not fit properly since they are made for like the Euro spec car. So I also have a video on a multiple installs of these parts. So just go back. They are cringy. I forewarn you, they are very cringy. So just gonna have to get past that cringiness. I feel like these videos are becoming a lot better, becoming more confident, especially since you guys are giving me a lot of feedback, constructive criticism, which is helping me make these videos. Especially my friends are getting on me about it. We have the Rotiform RSE wheels. Those are for the set and with tires included. They're around a little over 1,500 bucks. Mine are, the fitment and size is 18 by 9.5 plus 35. That gives you a little bit more of a poke. I'll be showing you guys that. And if you're wanting something that's more flush to the car or to the fenders and everything, so that way you can tuck up inside if you're gonna run air suspension, do the 18 by 8.5. That way it can tuck up inside. Even if you're trying to slam it on coils, do it 18 by 8.5. And now For my tires, I have Federal 595 RSRs 225 by 40s. Each tire is $100 a piece. They're pretty sticky. They are kind of nice, but they're cheap. So they look good. I think they're doing a bang up job. But when I had my stock tires before I got these wheels, I was running spacers. I ran 20 millimeters up front, 25 in the rear. All right, so here is the spacers. So this is the 20, obviously. Here's the 25. And where's a belt? I can show you. Absolutely chewed up. So yeah, those are actually running for 125 right now for the spacers for the set. And I got them for around 200. So if you're gonna run stock wheels and you want them to stand out more, they fit very nicely. They were all flush all the way around the car. Looks super good. Now, going on the inside of the car, we have the ST dead pedal. Just because putting your foot on it and on that side piece and matting it down, it was gross. It looked disgusting. This helps it a lot. That was $40. The shift suede boot and e-brake I just installed makes the car look so much better on the inside. The only thing I'm missing, I'll get to it later, but that was $135 for both of them. You can get one separate, you can get them individually if you want, if you just want the shift boot. Moving on, we got the Cobb access port, which is $600 originally. I got that in combination with the wheels, so I got it on a great deal. Including, that comes with tunes on it, but they're very modest and very safe. I guess you could say they're limiting. So that's why I got a different tune and slash calibration is what it really is for $175 from 6 Element. And I reached out to them 2 days ago and they just got back to me before making this video, and they said that they do not offer the Focus ST tune or calibration anymore. So I'm not sure if it's because of engine malfunctions or something going on there, or maybe they just didn't sell enough of that tune, but I don't know why they just wouldn't keep it on their site. I don't know. They didn't tell me the reason. They just said they don't carry it anymore. Moving on to the rear, we have the wing risers, where I paid $40 on Amazon, and you could just go to Lowe's or Home Depot, get the spacers yourself if you want. Might be a little bit cheap. It could be a little cheaper, but I did it the easy way out. Had Amazon come deliver it to me like everyone else. You have the Ronin stubby antenna. That's a must, especially when you do the wing risers, because when you open up the back hatch, that long 2-foot looking antenna is going to touch your wing since you put the risers on it. And then we have the rear Cobb wiper delete, which was $35. And I did that just because I never really used that rear wiper. It looked horrendous on the back of the car. Now it's super clean. The window seems to be flush and it fits really nicely with this car. Then we have the whoosh down pipe and the AWE track exhaust. Total mod list to $5,400 roughly. I also forgot to mention I have the Rock Blocks mud flaps on here. That brings the total car, because I got it back in 2019 or in November, before the prices of cars were outrageous. I got it for 17 grand for 37,000 miles, which is insane. Now you can find it for, you probably get this car for 20 grand and it has 70,000 miles, 50,000 miles on it, just because of the way prices are going. Brings my total price to $22,000 of what I have done to it now, currently, including the car price from when I got it. When I got the car online, it was saying 17. When I got to the dealership on the window, it was showing 21,000. Now I'm like, what are we doing here? He's like, yeah, it's $21,000. I'm like, is it though? Pulled out my phone and I showed it. I was like, why does it show 17,000 on your website? And then he kind of fumbled around and stumbled, and yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And so now for future parts, I'm never going to make this mistake again. I tell everyone this, that it is a must if they're going to go for wheels or get new wheels. You have to get suspension first, whether it's coilovers or if you're going air suspension. I'm going to go BC coilovers. I'm still deciding on what kilograms or whatever, like 9K, 8K. I want it to be as close to stock as possible. So if you guys are watching this and know a whole lot about it, what do I need to run to make it feel like it's stock? So like kilogram weight wise, the 8K, 9K, 10K, that'll be $1,200. I'm going to do a front mount intercooler because that'll lead up into what we're going to be planning on later for this car. I'm going to decide on the CPE, Mishimoto, Garrett, or Depot. I'm thinking about Depot just because it's the cheapest and I feel like they all do the same thing. I could be completely wrong, but they're all front mount intercoolers. I mean, do they all, like, I mean, I guess the build quality is what's different about them really, but let me know what you guys think about that. I'm leaning more towards Depot. And also, when you're in the car, what do you touch the most? Besides the shift knob, the steering wheel, because how else are you going to get around? I plan on getting a carbon fiber steering wheel, so that'll be running around $500. And I plan on getting new headlights just because the new ones I'm looking at are pretty sick. They're the Vivid headlights with the red eye. Now, what I really am looking forward to is the B&R ST71 Turbo. This is $1,700 from Edge Autosport, and that's where I will be going to get my tune from too. I'll be going through them because I was watching their videos and they can push close to, I think it was like 400 wheel or 400 horsepower out of it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to get a new fuel system, new fuel rails or injectors or whatever. Hopefully not. I'll probably get talking to them and see what I need because I'm gonna try and keep that as stock as I can. So probably just max it out at maybe 350 wheel. But I just want that turbo noise. The exhaust is gonna sound insane. I want the flutter, the blow off valve. It's all gonna be super sick. So the total for those parts is $5,000 roughly. We're looking at $27,000 for the whole build of the car once it's all said and done. But technically it won't be done because everyone's gonna find, you're always gonna find something else that you wanna do or find out something else you're gonna wanna change. Whether that's bucket seats, wrapping the car, like building the whole motor, going stupid fast with it. But in that case, I'd rather go to a different car and just keep this on for my show, because that's what I plan on doing, is keeping it like a show and having it sound like sick, just absolutely sounding insane with the turbo. But that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. I hope you guys are enjoying the build process with me. If you're new, please like, subscribe, share this content. Helps me out, helps you out.